So for any of these phrases, I encourage anyone that relates to them, just ask yourself why. It might bring up some childhood things. Bring yourself a box of tissues, bring yourself a journal, but really ask yourself why. So if you're someone that you think that the more you make, the more happy you'll feel. Yes, money can provide ways to pay for things, but when it comes to true happiness, true joy, that comes from the inner. So let's talk about that, or let's write about that, right? Another phrase, or more so perspective, that I've heard is that it's not appropriate to talk about money. Growing up, there was this phrase like, you don't talk about race, religion, or politics at the table. And I would put an asterisk and say money. And oftentimes, this can not only be a symptom of households that may be on in low socioeconomic status or in poverty, but also households that have a high socioeconomic status. If one person was making all of the money, then you didn't need to talk about money. And sometimes it was also shunned if you talked about money. So I see this actually happen not only on one side of the spectrum, but also on the other side of the spectrum. This avoiding talking about money, having either silence, shame, or both about talking about money. And in those situations, I encourage not only say to journal about it, like I mentioned with this first one, but also finding those trusted group of friends. If you're a woman and you experience the struggles of the patriarchy and that's what causes you to not talk about finance, find another girlfriends. Let's talk about it. And of course, we have a lot of folks on social media, influencers, things of that nature talking about it. But don't forsake the importance of personal intimacy and having conversations in real life, even though, say, you might be able to talk about these things online. So I always want to just emphasize that communication is a way for us to overcome survival, to overcome isolation. So communicate with your community and steward that community around those discussions.